For Terry Ryberg's last example on tables, adding headers and footers to tables, page 135, she actually prepared a um, demo IDML or InDesign document in Chapter 5 Artworks and Resources. So I'm going to open that. And all she wants us to do is adjust the header. And right now I don't have the font, so I don't know if you guys remember from the last activity, but I just have to replace it with something. I think I have Myriad Pro, I just don't have semi-bold condensed. So I'm going to go to Find Font and just pick something else. I'll just pick Myriad Pro, and I don't have semi-bold condensed, but I think I have bold condensed. So I'll just use bold condensed. And then change all, so that should be pretty close. Universe I don't have, I think that's also a sans serif. I think I'll just make it also Myriad, and then instead it's light condensed. I wonder if I have light condensed. I'll just use condensed and then change. So it's not going to be exactly the same, but anyway, I'll have the fonts of something. Okay, so we're ready to go. Okay, so what she already set up was the first header for the month of October. So it's got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but November does not have it. Now instead of adding another row to the November table, she said these two tables are actually linked to each other. So once I set this up as the header, what did she call it? It's a header row. Headers and footers you can repeat on linked tables. So then you don't have to do it again and again and again. She said this is very efficient. And so that's what InDesign is all about, efficiency. So what you have to do first is just highlight all the cells for that header table, the row that you want to turn into a header. And so then you open up the context menu. So right click or control click on the highlighted row, and then there's an option that says convert to header rows. Now once I do this, because these two tables are linked, it automatically put the header down below for November. And if you had all of the calendars linked, then it would automatically set it up for every month, which is very efficient and saves you time. And then also on top of that, every change that I make to the original one should apply to whatever changes I make to the original header in October, it should apply to November. I just highlighted Friday and it automatically highlighted Friday and November down below as well. Next, we need to open our table options and then choose headers and footers, which is an option we haven't gotten to yet. From table options, you can decide how often you want the header to show up. And so right now it's every text column, which is kind of right now it's the same as once per frame. So one header per frame because they're in separate frames. But if you were to put once per page, then it makes the other one disappear because they happen to be on the same page. So we're going to do once per frame because that's ideal for this situation. Each calendar will be in a separate frame, and in this case they're being printed 2 per page. So we're going to do once per frame to make sure. And then also you can add more header rows here like so. You can also add a footer. So if I add one to the bottom, it adds an extra row of which I can then merge into one if I really want it to look like a footer, and then adjust the size separately, whatever you want to do. In this case, you don't need to. You can go back and change the body rows because as you can see in table setup, I can change, okay, you're about to delete rows from your table. It's prompting me, are you sure you want to do that? Okay, no, maybe not, cancel. But anyway, you can change that, the columns and the rows. Right now there's 7 columns for the 7 days of the week and 10 rows. And then 1 header row, and I can add a footer row in here too. There's multiple places in the table options to set up your headers and footers. And so that's pretty much it for tables. I'm going to hit OK.